Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. Working on the set, some new technologies here, so if things get crazy, bear with us. We're super pumped you're here. With me, as always, is the commish, Clyde Randall Waters.
That's right.
And the stat man, Petey Cunningham. All right, let's get this week started by talking about last week's Mama Matchup of the Week.
Mama Matchup of the Week.
All right, last week's Mama Matchup of the Week was Wayne Enterprises versus the Convicted Llamas. Statman, break it down for me.
I don't really want to, but since it's my job, I'm in the league, I will gladly do it. Convicted Llamas comeback on Monday night was completed when Matt Prater drilled a 50-something yard field goal. I don't know. I was asleep. I knew I was going to lose. Decided I'm not even going to suffer through the agony of watching this game. Come to find out, the field goal hit the crossbar, barely made it in. That's how I lost. Ouch. Kareem Hunt backed up his Week 1 performance with another 25.9 this week. Breeze did his thing for my team, and Evans did well, but Convicted Llamas, as I predicted, gets the win. Moved to 2-8 against Wayne Enterprises.
Whew, that was almost a close shave of that game.
If it had been a 40-something yard field goal, it would have.
Them kickers, man. Them kickers. Sure brought punters back, because punter points might have helped you here.
That's very true. Johnny Hecker completed a pass this week. That's my dude.
I know. Leaving points on the field, people. We're leaving fantasy points on the field.
That was a good game. It was a real good game. Yep. All right, let's see. Let's look at some other key matchups. Some interesting matchups. Commish, why don't you choose an interesting matchup?
All right, well, an interesting matchup that I want to bring up here is the EBDBB&B versus Get Off Me!
Get off
Get
me!
off me!
EBDBB&B put up a really good showing this week. However, it wasn't enough to go against Get Off Me this week, who had a dominant showing after a dismal Week 1. Let's see, Gronk looked like Gronk of old today.
Oh, man.
He
looked good.
came in, he got targets, he got touchdowns, and he got hurt. Gronk of old, right?
Mid-season form. That's what you call that.
Ooh, I mean, groin injury? I mean, really? I mean, how serious is that going to be?
After catching touchdown number 69, I believe.
69. He should
my
retire
groin,
on a high note.
My groin's very important to me.
Is it? What do you
It
use it
is.
for?
Not anything particular right now.
This is a family show, people. What are we doing here?
I got plans.
Yeah. And then Alshon Jeffrey, actually looking like Alshon Jeffrey from a couple years ago. Catching a groove, getting good with Carson Wentz, I feel like, this past week. But EBDBB&B scraping together here. Big performances by, let's see, James White and Evan Ingram, that rookie brought up. People question that, but almost 15 points from that rookie tight end there. So
Craziest thing, this was two of our highest scoring teams. They both had Baltimore running backs. Terrence West versus Javorius Buck Allen.
Buck Allen.
Buck Allen.
Allen with an E, not an A.
This is good. That was a really good matchup.
I liked it, so I thought I'd bring it up as a notable matchup of the week.
All right. Statman, you got any other ones you want to talk about tonight?
We talked about the Chili Slingers versus Mr. Clutch's fake football team real quick. Chili Slingers. Jordy Nelson going out might cost him the game. Dak Prescott, the final play of that game, I believe, was a pick six. -6 for Dak. Chili Slingers lost by 13 points. Easily could have won this if it wasn't for just few unfortunate events for them.
I mean, Chili Slingers even had a higher efficiency rating than Mr. Clutch this week. With a 77%, Mr. Clutch only had a 75%. Both dismal efficiency ratings, though, if you ask me.
Pretty bad.
However, that's
C ratings.
Don't see that.
How bad were they?
Real bad.
Oh, they were real bad.
However, you don't see it too often with a team with a higher efficiency rating getting the win. But this week, it happened. And Chili Slingers even had that magic 0 on their team. But so did Mr. Clutch. Because,
No.
he started Amendola, who concussion stuff, whatever.
Chili Slingers even had a 24-point advantage at the defense position.
Yeah, 24-point advantage.
All right. Let's move on to our Dynasty Quick Hits.
Wow.
All right. This week, I want to talk about how apparently Bryce is the official league bookie.
Oh, yeah.
This came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It did. The gambling has all of a sudden become a major part of the league. I'm definitely not necessarily against gambling. I'm not anti-gambling by any means. I did want to throw out some resources in case this becomes a problem for anyone. You can go to gamblersanonymous.org/GA/content/20-questions, and they have some good information there. Also, if you're one of our Ohio League owners or franchise owners, there's a Cincinnati hotline, 855-2, that's the number 2, call GA. And that is CALLGA. And if you want the real numbers, that's 855-222-5542. Again, not that anyone's having any problems yet, but before you get a loan shark, where Bryce the bookie needs to break your legs, just remember, gambling is fun.
That's what my question is who's the heavy for Bryce? Like, who's going to lay smackdown? Because Bryce is a pretty feeble gentleman, if you ask me.
He's a nice guy.
He's the nicest guy I know.
He's a real nice guy. I don't want to get into any official status, but I have been known to be called heavy.
I will say, you don't run into this problem as long as you win. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right, and those are our Dynasty Quick Hits. Let's move on here to our awards of the week. Starting off as we always do, Statman, we're going to start off with the Hershey Milk Dud of the week. Who is earning this glorious Dud Player of the Week award this week?
It is the team we talked about earlier, the Chili Slingers. It is Jordan Howard, starting running back for the Chili Slingers. 9 carries, 7 yards.
Oh.
I don't even think you have to be good at stats to know that's not good.
Oh.
That is not. That's less than 1 yard per carry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a math man.
And here's what's crazy. He went out and used his franchise tag to retain Jordan Howard this year. And he's only putting up 7 yards on 9 carries.
That's less than a yard per carry.
What's
Math, huh,
That's
Statman?
true.
I'm getting good.
You got it.
Getting good.
I mean,
You got it.
that
Don't
is,
come after my job.
That is a dud if I ever heard of a dud.
Yeah. This was a terrible performance.
Let's move on to my favorite award of the week.
The Ram Pickup of the Week.
That's right.
Brought to you by Ram Trucks. Rams are tough animals, so they named their trucks after them. Who's getting the award, Kamish?
Goes out to Javorius Buck Allen. Allen with an E. Putting up 21.1 points this week. Started by Get Off Me.
Get off
Get
me!
off
Get
me.
off me! All right.
Good pickup there. Good pickup.
That was a really good play.
Next, we got the Whoopin' of the Week.
Ugh.
Brought to you by Mike's Bodega.
Bodega.
New
Home of
sponsor to
the-
the show.
Home of the best back scratchers, Pop-Tarts, and York peppermint patties you can imagine. This week, the Whoppin' of the Week, is going to the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke. Versus Los Pandas Desnudo. Statman,
I gotta ask,
how did they earn it?
why are you talking so slow?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking slow. I will try to speed it up.
Trying to cut down on time for this show.
I'm sorry.
Getting back on track, this matchup. 36-point win for the 69ers. It's normally a much larger margin of victory for the Whoopin' of the Week. But very close week. All 6 matchups were very, very close. Unfortunately, you just happened to be on.
It's the story of my fantasy career. Story of my career.
All
That's
right,
true.
next
I
up,
suck at fantasy.
we got the Resurrected Team of the Week brought to you by Lazarus Department Stores. This goes to the team that had the biggest comeback from last week. And this week it is going to who, Kamish?
Get off me!
Get off me!
That's right. Week 1, panic mode. Week 2, resurrected team of the week. Also, most points in the week, 159. Good turnaround.
Solid
All right.
week.
Next up is our Poopery Poo-Poo Team of the Week. And that one is going to who, Statman?
It's going to the Chili Slingers with Jordy Nelson, Jordan Howard. Yeah, it was a bad week for them.
Oof.
Still scored 100 points, which was way more than some teams last week.
It's probably the slowest start of the year, in the seasons for the Chili Slingers.
It really is.
It's going to be a rough year. I love that chili, though.
I feel like someone's
All
got
right.
a baby at home distracting them.
Next up, we got the Surprise Player of the Week. This goes to the player that has a breakout performance, brought to you by Proactive. Statman, who's getting this one?
This is a repeat winner this week, Javorius Buck Allen of Get Off Me. 21 points, didn't even come close to the same time last year. Breakout performance, and he actually started him. Kudos to Joel, team owner of Get Off Me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after this brief commercial break. Let me ask you a question. When you're at work, do you get hungry? Do you feel a need for a snack? Do you wish you had a peppermint patty? Well, if any of that's true for you, then I ask you to, if you get hungry, eat something. And get that something at Mike's Bodega. We have cookies, we have Pop-Tarts, we have peppermint patties. We even have handcrafted wood pins in case you go into that meeting with a client, want to impress them, made by Overdale Woodworks. And don't forget, if your back gets itchy, we have high-end back scratchers both for rent, $1, or for own, $2. And remember, Mike's Bodega is located conveniently in the pit, next to Clyde's Cube and across from Billy's Cube. That's Mike's Bodega. We like our customers, and our customers like us.
I got my back scratcher at Mike's Bodega, and it changed my life.
Thank you to our new sponsor. On to a new segment for the week, the Power Ranking Rundown with Ben, owner of the San Francisco 69ers. Yes, that is a sex joke. Ben, welcome to the show.
Is my intro music over?
Intro's over. You're live. We're live.
Oh, okay, so my intro's over. Oh, all right.
You ready for
This
this?
is a big day, guys. Probably the biggest thing I got going on right now in my life. I'm going to tell my baby about this the day she's born. I'm going to tell her. It's important, okay? But let's get down to business, boys.
Get on with it.
Let's go.
So you're bringing me on for the power rankings. Through 2 weeks, a little difficult to start ranking everyone, but I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to definitely tell you who the worst is. Let's start it off pretty early and pretty easy with the new guy. I don't know what his name's referencing, but I guess he's training to be a fireman, and man, I hope he's better than at being a fireman than he is at fantasy, because right now his only bright spot is OBJ, and OBJ is doing absolutely nothing for him. And he has
flips of a bright spot.
Yeah. He has 5 RBs, none of them worth starting. I'm not sure on this math. Maybe you can ask Mike later since he's the statistical analysis guy now. But does 5 equal 0 now, or is it just for this weird universe that we're in at the moment?
I'll have to go to Mike on that one.
Math.
It's math. All right. Up next at number 11, we have the EBDBBNB. See, it helps to talk slowly. Mike knows what he's talking about. They're looking better this year, but they're going to need some time, mostly because the only player they have that's worth starting is still in college and they can't start him.
This is very true.
Looking forward to seeing Juan Barkley next year. Up next at number 10, we got Skyline Chili Slingers. If you would have told me 2 weeks ago that I would throw them at 10, I would have told you no way. But their RBs are shaky. They're on a bad team. He's got Mike Gillislee on a good team with 12 running backs back there with him. I think there's going to be bad games and good games for Gillislee. Hyde is looking okay, but the rest of his running backs is just a terrible situation. His wide receivers are not performing to their expectations, and neither are tight ends. Up next at number 9, we got the Bourbon Barons. Surprisingly good running backs for the Bourbon Barons. And I think this is an improvement for him at number 9. I think with Martin coming back, having McCaffrey and Stewart, I think he has an okay set of running backs, which is a lot more than we can say for most of the league. His wide receivers all just seem like ancillary players, no one that's really studs. But he does have Brady, so that does make up for it a little bit when you're getting 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Number 8, we got Get Off Me.
Get off me, number 8. Okay.
All right, so his RBs are interesting, but I'm not sure how you pick who plays since he has about 15 of them. And none of them are guaranteed starters, with Chris Carson, Buck Allen, Rex. I know Buck Allen won the award this week, but I'm not sure if he's going to win it another week this year, but we'll see.
Okay.
Number 7.
Ben, I'm sorry to interrupt. The countdown clock is running. Unfortunately,
The countdown clock? I'd like to thank God and my parents. And wait, what kind of clock? What?
The producers on the show are telling me we got to go.
All right, that's fine.
So we'll rapid fire through the final 8 teams, I think.
7, Unseen Academicals. 6, Los Pandas Desnudos. 5, The Scarlet Pimps. 4, Mr. Clutch's Fake Football Team. 3, Convicted Llamas. 2, Win Enterprise. Number 1, those 69ers, and that is still a really great section.
Thank you, Ben, for being here.
Hey, well, you're not welcome. Thanks for cutting me off.
Yeah, we're back. Okay.
What?
Note to
The
self.
pretender.
We got to work on that transition. And Ben talks a lot.
What are you people doing?
I
don't know what's going on.
Ben, we're gonna work on it. I
Ben's
think
still there.
Ben is still here. Let me put his audio back on. All right, Ben, can you hear us?
I'm sorry that I speak about as well as Hemingway wrote.
That's okay. You're live with me now. Part of the problem is the timers got messed up. But we're going to move on to the rest of the show now, man. I think you're beautiful.
Sounds awesome.
All right, have a great
Thank
day.
you. I love your.
Okay. So there was supposed to be 2 segments, a 2-minute power ranking segment and a 3-minute segment about the contender pretender. And it was a 5-minute power ranking segment instead. Let's take a look at this week's Mama Matchup of the Week.
Mama Matchup of the Week.
This week, our matchup of the week is going crazy. We got 2 teams in it. The Unseen Academicals versus Mr. Clutch's fake football team. Statman, break it down for me, buddy.
Great matchup here. Both 2-0 teams. We got Unseen Academicals. Some would say they're a contender. Some would say they're a pretender.
That would have been a great segment.
That sounds like a good segment.
We should totally do that sometime.
I like that. We're going to have to bring that up next week.
Yeah.
I like that. Anyway, I like Mr. Clutch's fake football team in this matchup. They're starting strong. Rodgers has been doing okay. The running back's a little weak with Gore Blunt and Lamar Miller. He started Amendola last week. He didn't even know he was out. It's kind of a problem when you don't even realize your player's not going to play. He's got Jason Witten, who right now is the #1 tight end.
I'm going to say, that's a Dan move.
That is a Dan move. And
I wasn't going to be the one that said it.
there are so many settings you can enable to be alerted to when a player gets out and is not going to play. Anyways.
Anyway, he's 2-0.
He is 2-0.
It's
And I'm
working for
0-2. And I use all the tools. And the tools, they don't help me.
You're 2-0, and you were still you're 0-2, and I think you were number 6 in the power rankings.
Hey.
Respect.
Yeah.
All right, Kamish, what do you think about this one?
Well, let's see here. Unseen Academicals are 2-4 all time against Mr. Clutch's fake football team. So one would have you believe that Mr. Clutch has the edge going into this, and I believe the projections do give Mr. Clutch the edge. However, I feel like Unseen Academicals are on a roll, and I think this is going to be a game we should all pay close attention to.
I'm going to pay attention to it. Who you taking, Statman?
Mr. Clutch's fake football team.
Kamish?
Unseen Academicals.
All right, and myself, my analysis is one of these teams is most certainly going to win, and the other one is not. And I'm going to take Mr. Clutch's fake football team. All right, let's see here. Time for our 2-minute drill, where we plow through the rest of the picks. And don't forget that, ladies and gentlemen, this week is a doubleheader week.
Doubleheader week.
Doubleheader week. Let's plow through these real quick, I guess. 69ers versus the Bourbon Barons.
69ers.
Niners.
I'm going Barons.
Of course.
Sorry, guys. Convicted Llamas versus Pimps.
Great matchup here.
Who
Going
you
with the
taking?
Pimps.
Pimps?
Llamas.
Pips. EBDBBV versus Chili Slingers. Statman.
Chili Slingers.
Slingers.
Slingers. That's a sweep. Next up, we got Wet Stuff on Your Red Stuff versus Wayne Enterprises, current champ. Statman, who you taking?
I have to go Wayne Enterprises.
Kamish.
Wayne Enterprises.
I'm taking Wayne Enterprises, and that makes this a sweep. All right, next up, we got Los Pandas Desnudo versus the Unseen Academicals. Kamish, who you taking?
I'm going with Pandas.
Statman.
Unseen Academicals.
I'm taking the Pandas.
Ooh.
Next up, we got Get Off Me versus the San Francisco 69ers. Statman.
I'm going with the 69ers.
Kamish.
Hoff me with the upset.
I'm going Niners. Next up, we got the Bourbon Barons versus the Pimps. Statman.
I'm going with the Pimps.
Commish.
Pimps.
I'm going Bourbon Barons. Chili Slingers versus Llamas. Statman.
I'm going with the Llamas.
Commish.
Llamas.
I'm going Llamas. That is a sweep. Next up, we got Wet Stuff on Your Red Stuff versus the EBDBB&B. And I am taking the EBDBB&B. Statman.
I'm going EBDBB&B.
Commish.
EBDBB&B!
That is a sweep.
And a guaranteed loss for EBDBB&B.
Yep. Los Pandas Desnudo versus current champion Wayne Enterprise.
Oh.
Statman.
I'm going with Wayne Enterprises.
Commish.
Wayne Enterprises.
That is a sweep.
What?
Wayne Enterprises. All right.
You're just guaranteeing the win for yourself with the sweep. That's all it is. It's a reverse jinx.
I think that's all of them.
Yes.
All right. Good job, Mike Berry. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at our question of the week.
All right. So last week, I threw out there, who has a better shot of making the playoffs? Get off me or Wet Stuff on Your Red Stuff? Well, let's see how this poll ended up here. Ended up being a tie. Split 6-6. Half the league going behind Get Off Me. Other half the league going behind Wet Stuff on Your Red Stuff. I'm surprised by this for two reasons. One, a lot of you believe that Kyle has what it takes to become a winner in this league. And two, all of you participated in the poll this week.
Amazing.
Which is awesome.
That means there is no new Dan.
Yes, that is very true. However, good stuff. I like it. So, question for this week? Well, I was going to go a playoff of this contender-pretender thing. It didn't really go that far. But we'll see. They had Joel Get Off Me ranked at number 8 in the power rankings. Is that correct?
I think so. I don't remember.
And they had me at number 6.
There's a lot going on.
Okay.
There was a lot going on.
Well, I think the question this week might simply be, do you agree or disagree with Ben's power rankings? We'll see how that goes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us this week. I really appreciate it. Had a few craziness things go on. Get your picks in. It's doubleheader week. Have a good night.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
And if you're hungry, eat something at Mike's Bodega.
Mike's Bodega.
Mike's Bodega. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.